We switch our attention now from the club scene to the international team, and so the end game is nigh, not only for the Republic of Ireland but also for manager Giovanni Trapattoni. Only a supreme optimist would hold out any hope of the Republic of Ireland qualifying for Brazil 2014. Under the circumstances, the atmosphere around the Irish camp in Vienna must be a little strange, to say the least. Well, Tony O'Donoghue joins us now from the Austrian capital. And Tony, tell us exactly what it is like out there with the Irish team.
Well, you know, there's a couple of ways of looking at this, Peter. Yeah, the Irish team are prepared, obviously, to back the manager as regards tomorrow. They obviously want to go out and win the game for Ireland and keep our qualification hopes slim as they are alive. We have to beat Austria, of course, and hope other results go our way. And to do that, well, Trapattoni has picked a team with two changes. Maybe a surprise in that Anthony Pilkington is the one to take over from James McLean on the left-hand side of the Irish midfield. And Paul Green replaces Glenn Whelan in the centre of the Irish midfield. So Ford in goal, Coleman on the right, Wilson on the left as the full-backs, Dunn and O'Shea. As I say, on the right-hand side, John Walters retains his place, Green, and next to him, alongside Paul Green, is James McCarthy, Pilkington on the left, and up front, Shane Long and Robbie Keane. So it's pretty straightforward, 4-4-2, what we've come to expect. Very predictable about Trapattoni. And, you know, people are talking about the style of this Irish team as well, but Captain Robbie Keane wasn't really prepared to go into the merits and demerits too much of how Ireland play.
I think we talk about, don't we, plan A and plan B and all crap like that, but like Ireland's never had a plan B before. We've always had a plan A, and it's simple as that. We've played, since I've been in the squad, we've played the exact same way. We don't have the personnel to, like Spain, and get the ball down and have 80% possession against teams. We're just not that team, you know. We know our strengths and we stick to it, unless it changes from grassroots. Well, it's not going to change for certainly a good few years. I know they keep talking in England, don't they, about trying changing things and making the national team a lot better. Ireland, we need to do that as well, but is it going to change straight away? It hasn't changed since I walked in that door the first day I got here, so I don't think it's going to change for a while.
Well, Tony, there may not have been any big surprises in terms of team selection, but I must say I'm very surprised, as I'm sure an awful lot of other people will be, that Robbie Keane has admitted the Republic of Ireland football team hasn't had a plan B.
But what he said there, and to be fair to him, Peter, you know, the change is going to have to happen right down to grassroots level, and he's right. You know, it's all very well. Trapattoni said today, okay, you could sack the manager after a bad performance, then you could sack the striker and sack the goalkeeper. The style of play happens long before that. If we want to get our young players playing a good style of football, there has to be a football academy to do that. We have to be coaching that into all levels of the game in Ireland, and that's all the way down to kids, schoolboy levels, and academies that you would hope that the League of Ireland clubs would run as well, and elite academies that should be involved in the game. So we are talking root and branch here. It's not a simple fix to get rid of the manager and hope for suddenly we're going to have a more expansive style. Suddenly we're going to be Spain or Barcelona. This is a long-term project, a long-term issue for the FAI and football in our country. I didn't think it helped matters at all that Trapattoni said today as well that there isn't a league in Ireland. Obviously he hasn't been watching M&S or going to many League of Ireland games over the last 5 years.
No, Tony, thank you very much. We heard about that comment during the press conference, and we'll give the manager the benefit of the doubt and say that it was taken slightly out of context. But he did actually say in Ireland there's no league. Our players play in England. In Sweden and in Austria they have their own league. This is different. We know the kind of point he was possibly trying to make there, Damien, but it was an ill-advised comment, wasn't it?
I have sympathy for the man in that respect. Let me put it to you like this. I watched Luke Byrne play for Bohemians on Saturday evening, and he was superb.
Yeah.
He's grown, he's stronger, he's a player for the future without shadow of doubt. But if he keeps improving, he'll leave our league and he'll go to England, as all the good players have over the period of time. And this new crop coming through will want to do the same. That's the situation we're in. English football is far more advanced than we are, and their national team is struggling big time. They're laying short-term plans ahead, but they've had plans in place for years. We have a serious problem in this country. It is not Trapattoni's fault. What Trapattoni's fault is lack of communication. In a country where communication is so vital to the very culture of what we are, his communication skills are appalling.
Yeah.
That's his biggest adversary. Yeah. And the point I'm saying, though, Peter, is we have got to understand that our best players do leave this league.
Yeah.
So from a highly full professional point of view, Trapattoni is actually right.
But one of the issues that grates with people involved in football here is we don't need Giovanni Trapattoni to tell us that we don't have Xavi, Iniesta, Messi, etc., etc., etc. We know the players that are available to us. But the point is, surely, a lot of them play at a very high level compared to a lot of the international teams we play, and the manager should be making better use of them and also showing more confidence in them publicly, which he hasn't done at times.
Yeah, I think that's where the huge issue is. And I'm actually quite disappointed to hear Robbie Keane speaking the way he spoke there. And maybe it's starting to affect him. Maybe he's starting to believe the manager's beliefs. He's kind of he's getting this message across that we're not good enough, we're not good enough. Since he's gotten the job, it's something that he's reiterated over and over again. I actually thought he had changed his attitude when he nearly lost his job last year, and we looked like we had turned the corner. He started to introduce McCarthy a lot more, James McLean, Wesley Houlihan, and we looked a better side. And there was a lot of optimism going into the game the other night. I felt personally we could get a result. To me, he got it all wrong in his tactics in the second half. He brought on Simon Cox, he brought on Alton and Pilkington, played up with a front four, and all we did was just pump the ball to them on. Like, we had Wesley Houlihan sitting on the bench, our most creative player. James McCarthy had an off night, and in fact, for me, tactically just got it wrong the other night. But there's no denying it, at grassroots level there is an issue, and it is something that needs to be addressed. And hopefully that's something we'll get to in a later programme as we get towards the end of this current domestic season. But so we say good luck to the Republic of Ireland tomorrow night. Anything less than a win, and we can also say good luck to Brazil 2014. Bye for now.